Hello, my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path. My name is Tim Heijen and I'm a Dragon Witch. I try to explain as much as possible about the Dragon's Path, the spiritual path of the dragon, and I hope I can give you much more information so that you can move on your dragon journey, your Dragon's Path. I know there is a dragon by your side. You don't have to keep him hidden from anyone or anything or anyone by your side, because you have to be proud of this. It's a proud path that you are going on. You are one of the selected ones by the dragon, so of course you should be proud of it. If you're watching this video and try to make out what is going on, then I'm pretty sure that you have a dragon by your side and you are going on a dragon journey. You don't go on like some most of the people. Most of the people don't have a dragon by their side, but you have. This is also being called Draconic Wicca, but like I said, it's not really Wicca. It's more like a path. It's a journey that you take, and it's a journey that you take alongside with your dragon. And sometimes this can be very difficult to understand what your dragon is trying to say, or whatever yourself is trying to say. And that is why I'm trying to explain a bit more about the Dragon's Path and everything that goes along with it. And that is one of them that I wanted to share with you. That is not that happened that long ago. Not that long ago. Because my dragon, and not that he's my property, but my dragon actually comes before me in more ways than one. Because that is what dragons are. Dragons are shapeshifters. They can come before you in more ways than one. And also their intention. Their intention is also very interesting actually to know what their intention is. Every single color that they have, that is the reason why dragons are seen in so many different kind of colors, because they change their colors, because you see them in a spiritual form, and a spiritual form always changes color. So there are dragons of every single color, but also every shape. So my dragon actually came before me in more ways than one. And not that long ago, you know, he came before me like in a completely new shape. That I was wondering myself what this was. Of course, I love my dragon. I do love my dragon. And that is also what you should feel. The love for your dragon. It's not a role-play game. It's not a fantasy game. It's nothing like a game. It's something, it's a calling. It's a purpose. And that is what you should be also proud of, that you are actually called by dragons. You heard the call of dragons and you should take the call. You should listen to them. You should hear them out. Also listen to your own feelings and instinct and the dragon spirit that lives inside, because that is what is reaching out for your dragon. So my dragon actually one day came before me as a completely different shape, and that shape was transparent. Of course I could see his energy, but what I could especially see was a skeleton, and that it was striking me. I've never seen the dragons before like this, like in some kind of a skeleton form. And I don't like images of skeleton of dragons because it reminds me of death. Whenever I see and feel my dragon, I remind myself of life, of the creation of life, of nature, of and whenever my dragon is here, I can only think of purity, the creation. But now I see my dragon, and I was actually concerned about this in dreams and visions, and even before me here on earth, like in a transparent form, so that I could see his bones, his dragon bones. Of course, that is very impressive. And a dragon comes before you in like this form. And I was wondering myself, what kind of an intention was this? Well, my brothers and sisters, do you know the spirit of death? You know what people fear so much? They fear it even more than the dragons. That is actually a very well-known figure in mythology. In Mexico, they call this figure the Santa Muerto, and this figure actually translates in Grim Reaper. And this Grim Reaper is actually the one that takes the souls and guide them to the other sides, so that their life here is done. So now they have to go on to the other sides. And most of the people say, I don't fear death. I don't fear it. Because whenever, most of religious people, they say that they are going to heaven, they go to their God. There is another truth behind this, my brothers and sisters. You know, I'm spiritual. But sometimes, and ever since my dragon actually showed me the other sides, and especially the void, I feared it. I feared it quite a lot, actually, to be to be a part of death, to be taken away from death. Of course, I didn't believe in like a human being, a skeleton humanoid being that in some kind of a rope that is taking you along with him to the other side. I've never believed that. Of course, I didn't even believe in spirits or even in gods until I came to find and to meet my dragon. Then I've seen that there is much more than it seems and much more than I believed. So I came to explore everything. And one day, not that long ago, my dragon came before me in this skeleton image. And I didn't know what it wants to say. Of course, I came to understand that dragons are able to take souls away and to take them to the light where they belong. I came to understand very well that this is the ability that dragons could do. Of course, that is also the ability of the dragon, is that they can see the dead, but they can also see the other spirits. They can see the lights, they can see so many things. Dragons are actually very blessed beings because they are the son and daughters of the gods themselves. Of course, the creators of all things. Of course, they are going to have abilities, something that you can awaken as well inside of your dragon's path. You can awaken a lot of abilities. Things like seeing or even feeling spirits, energies, and things like this. And that is very necessary to feel the energies of this world, because you as well, your soul, your spirit, is actually also one of the sons and daughters, the direct sons and daughters of the gods. So of course you need to learn everything again. That is also something that you need to learn from yourself. But what does it want to say that your dragon comes before you in some kind of a skeleton form? Like it was, you can say this, it's like in some kind of a cartoon that I am, like this skeleton form that comes before me. What does it want to say? You know, they don't want to scare you with this. You know, sometimes when you think of the Grim Reaper, it's something like a scary figure. You know, when a Grim Reaper, a skeleton in a rope with a long, you know how it says, sickle, I don't know, with a long stick like this, comes before you. Now I would be terrified. Like I would like, oh no, he's coming for me. But a dragon is actually very gentle when your time is up. They don't maybe not come before you as a skeleton dragon, but they come before you to take you away, to take you to the other sides. But they don't take it like it's your time is over, like sure. No, they are going to do like this, to take your hand, and the only thing that you need to do is to take their hand as well, and so that you will grow your own wings and that you can go to the other sides. Actually, it's very gentle. It's very impressive, actually, that how gentle dragons can be. They are not going to like, yeah, I'm a skeleton dragon, let's go. But that is actually very well known with a lot of people that have seen the death dragon. You know, that is a bit like harsh to say, like, excuse me. This skeleton dragon is indeed like the death dragon that. And I, of course, in the beginning, I was very skeptical. So I didn't know like about the death dragon or death itself, Santa Muerta. I didn't know that this was going on. I've seen people doing sacrifices for Santa Muerta, but don't do this for the dragon of death, because actually, all of the dragons have the abilities of death itself, because they can all take you alongside to where you belong, to where your light belongs. And most of the time, it belongs in the dragon's gate, the 5th gate, and they will take you there. But the death dragon in itself can take you everywhere, because they know everything about the astral plane, everything about the other sides, everything about the void, everything about every single dimension. So they are the experts. So whenever you see your dragon as a death dragon, that I can call a death dragon, it means that your dragon wants to show you something. It's time actually to go to places that is actually not allowed. But now they show themselves in their figure, like of death, the figure of death. So this means that they want to show you something that is actually not really allowed. So they are going to show you something that is going to be far away. And that is indeed something that happens, but that is for another time. What the dragon has shown me at that moment was indeed something that was far away. So he took his shape of the death dragon and took me along to be further away than the fifth gate, further away than the void, further away than anything of that, and showed me actually what a death dragon can do. Like I said, they don't come before you to scare you. They don't want to scare you, but it's this transparent form that they take so that you can see their bones. Is actually to say that they are going to be on places where they are welcome everywhere because they are transparent. They only show the skeleton or the bones that they have. Of course, when the dragon comes before you like this, it's like, what is going on? What is happening with you? What is happening with my dragon? When you dream about the death dragon as well, it's going to have a lot of effect on your life, because the dragon is telling you, because it's time actually to show you something different, something much more far away, something much more complex. Because like I said, every single dragon can go through every single site. They can go there because they are amazing travelers. The journey is amazing, what you can have with them. But when they show yourself, when they show themselves in like the death dragon, or I shouldn't say it like this, like it's like the death dragon, but it's like they are very gentle. Whenever your dragon comes before you, you know, my dragon is very strict. When I have to learn, I shall learn at that moment. But when my dragon came in like this death form, this skeleton dragon, of course I could see his outline from his body, but I could especially see his skeleton form, like his bones, his skull, everything I could see, his amazing horns, but everything was inside, you know, the skeleton dragon, the death dragon. But they are very gentle when it comes to that, because that journey that you will take at that moment will be very intense, and you will, they are hoping that you will remember that. Remember of the other sides. And sometimes I said to my dragon, I wished I didn't see the other sides, because sometimes I see it's too much for my human mind to handle. And I sometimes say to them, but he said, you have to learn, you have to see, you have to evolve, you have to experience. And that is especially what the death dragon is trying to do. They try to let you have experience, a great amount of experience. So they think, and that is what the death dragon does, when they come before you, it's time to show you something much more deeper, and to show you actually the truth where all this universe is based on. That is why I don't need a book. That is why I don't need a Bible. That is why I don't need a priest to tell me how this is all going. Excuse me. What is all going on in this universe? The dragon is telling you everything. And that is also what this dragon has tried to do. The death dragon is trying to show you much more of the other sides. And they want to take you away just for a moment, to take you to other sides, to show you the things that they need to show you. And what this kind of thing is of course for them to show you, because everyone is different. So I don't know how your dragon will come before you. Maybe one day they can come before you like the death dragon. And when this time comes, don't be afraid of that. Just take their hands.